Hey world, it's been when to come back to another video. It's a Nightmare on Elm Street. I mean, because I think it might be the Twilight Zone, family. I just wanted to ask you again, are you taking that vaccination? Because I'm really concerned that it was developed so quickly. In fact, I'm just getting right into it tonight. I'm in here in Texas, and it's pretty cold outside. I mean, in Austin, it snowed in Austin today, so I just haven't had snow here in a while. But of course, it's going to sit for a minute and leave. It's not going to be like the snow that you cats get in the north and east coast. A little sprinkle is all we're going to get down here. But like I said, I just, are you going to take that shot? Because I'm really flabbergasted by the fact that no one is opposing the vaccination, even though we know that these type of immunizations and medications take a while before they're approved. They have to go through different stages, different trials, different experimental stages, so they can know that it'll be healthy for us. But if you have a vaccination that took like a couple of months to create, and then expect the public to voluntarily take it, because we have to be cognitively dissonant, family. If you don't look at the numbers and see that less than 1% of the people in America even die from this virus, and that is flu season. And like I said, it just to me, where's the opposition? You can't tell me every particular professional sector in our community, whether it's medical, political, social, educational, everybody said we need to do this, take this vaccine. No, it's not. Because we're not hearing from the other side. We're not hearing from other scientists, other doctors, other, politicians that are not, ensconced in the federal politics. And these individuals are like some of your, school board members, some of your city councilmen. It ain't the ones that you see on the television, because it's only one narrative being sent out. And when it's only one narrative, family, you got to understand, just like 9/11. 9/11, war on terror. What happened? What was the result of 9/11? Man, our rights being basically just stripped away. And let me say this, family. There's no such thing as rights. Because as humans, those are the only rights that you're supposed to have. Human rights. Civil rights, legal rights, political rights, educational rights. Man, those are obsolete. Those are null and void. Everyone have human rights. And that's the right to be able to say what you want to say, do what you want to do, go where you want to go, in the context of universal laws. See, we don't need anyone to tell us that, it's wrong to kill someone, wrong to steal, because you do unto others that you want them to do unto you. And so when you live in a society of hypocrisy where they, arrest some people for crimes and don't arrest others for the same crime, then that hypocrisy spreads confusion, and then of course crime just rises. But the only rights that we actually should have are human rights. And so this notion that they want us to take this shot, not even giving us a choice. Because like I said, with 9/11, what happened? The TSA was developed, and then you go out of town, you get on a plane, and you're basically being sexually assaulted. It's ridiculous. Under the guise of surveillance. So that really wasn't like I say, 9/11 brought a whole different lifestyle to us that, now we just act like it's normal. It's not normal to have to go to an airport and have these airlines dictate to us that we're giving them money. Because all they are just taxi cabs in the air. And so we paying you guys. How you guys are dictating. Like now the latest thing is you cannot have sensitive animals on the plane. Before you could take certain animals, to help comfort you. I think they're called comfort animals. Now some of the airlines say you can't do that anymore. And so we basically just giving over all of your privileges, and not saying anything. And now what is coronavirus going to do? What is this pandemic doing? It allows the government to shut down all these businesses, all the federal and state jobs. Most of those jobs that were in buildings are at home now. Okay, with laptops and computer systems, issued out by the companies, where they watching you 24/7. So this whole pandemic was basically to bring in a surveillance state where you no longer have freedoms. And what's freedoms? To be able to be yourself, do what you want to do, say what you want to say at any given moment. But now I'm telling you guys, this whole notion of having the freedom of speech. Come on, are you serious? That should not be in any documents telling humans what we can or what we can't say. Okay? And so I go back to what I was saying earlier. Will you take this vaccination when there's been no opposition to it? You don't see any of the numbers indicating the side effects. Now Dr. Fauci is talking about, he's very disappointed because the numbers that they expected to be vaccinated are not, and they may have to go to different measures. That's a low-key threat. People are not going to take something, especially Afro-melanated people, because we understand, even just on a basic level. Hold up. Why we have to take a vaccination for the flu? You already have a flu shot. And if this coronavirus is so deadly, why aren't more people dying from it? The average person gets it, and after they run the course, they're back to normal. But we don't get to see that data. I mean, just family, listen. 336,000 people died. It's 331 million people in America. Do the math. And so they want to force a vaccination on people when right now I'm watching a football game. No mask on, no social distancing. I'm in Texas. Right now we have the state playoffs in football. I feel like I'm in a twilight zone. I'm looking and watching these games, and I see the coaches and managers with masks on the sideline and all the players on the field with no masks on. And they all live in different areas. They're not in a bubble. Okay? But we're supposed to just ignore that when it's right in your face. You dig? So I just want to come back to a little food for thought, family, just to, just kind of put out there that, hey, certain things we give away voluntarily. And the main thing we give away voluntarily are our privileges. Because there's no such thing as rights. I mean, even now they're saying civil rights for everyone. Okay? Man. Play yourself first, family. Stay warm. And like I said, it's a nightmare on Elm Street. In the meantime, between time, may the Most High decide to bring you joy. And being what is out of 5,000.